I know you're gonna dig this.
Got time to kill? Here's a Lamont and Tonelli podcast on 107.7 The Bone.
Oh, my God, look at this. We managed to get him out of bed this early. Hey, Lars, we have Lars Ulrich here from Metallica. Lars, how in the hell did we get you out of bed this early in the morning?
Oh, I got 3 kids. Happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you because we understand this is a huge announcement you're making here.
This is a huge announcement. Absolutely.
Yes. All right, Lars, major concert announcement for Metallica.
That's right.
AT&T Park.
That's right.
The night before the Super Bowl.
That's right.
And it's very simply called The Night Before.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of part of the weekend. This is year 3 now. They have a show called The Night Before.
Right.
A couple of years ago, it started in New York with the Chili Peppers playing.
Yeah.
Last year, they had a bunch of country acts in Arizona. And this year, drum roll, please, it's your hometown boys, Metallica.
Yes, absolutely.
Playing it up.
Finally, you got some rock and roll involved.
There you go. At AT&T Park. So, it's part of the big Super Bowl weekend.
Part of the big weekend. To me, it's the highlight of the big weekend.
Absolutely.
You're too kind. Well, thank you.
This is bigger than the game for me, quite honestly, Lars.
That may very well be right. I'll let you say that, and I'll keep my mouth shut. But obviously, it's Super Bowl 50, and it's all in the Bay Area, and Metallica is very proud and honored, and I don't want to sound too corny, but I mean, it's going to be a big week for all of us,
right?
No matter whether you're in the radio and rock and roll or whatever. So having all the hoopla in town for a whole week is going to be a lot of fun, and the fact that we were asked to be part of that is obviously a huge honor, and playing at home is obviously always a cool thing, but it's going to be a bit of a extra special one this year.
Okay, now I understand that you went to AC/DC at AT&T Park.
That I did.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Was that I think to me that was the second loudest show I've ever been to. The loudest show I've ever been at was Metallica at the Fillmore.
Will not argue that point, although you are at an advantage because I wasn't out in the audience for the Metallica at the Fillmore show. But I have to agree that from where I stood at the mixing position at AT&T for AC/DC, that was loud.
Yeah.
So, but the whole show, I mean, it was really next level, and everybody with the red devil horns, and I mean, it was an awesome night. It was just standing there and kind of just checking out the whole thing.
Were you checking it out for yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because we had
Yeah.
just been asked, I think a week or two before.
Yeah.
So that was a great night, but man, those guys in AC/DC can still throw it down, man.
Okay.
So now the bar has been set from a decibel angle. You know where you need to reach when
let us know if
November 2nd comes.
I'll tell all our production people and our crew to turn it up to not just 11 but 12. And that AC/DC set the bar, and then you guys will have to tell me afterwards if we achieve that goal.
Hey, by the way, I just want to add in here, tickets available this Friday for Metallica. They go on sale to the general public at 10 a.m. We have all the links at 1077thebone.com. Now, Lars, for me, this is phenomenal that you're here, and I'll tell you why. I am such a huge freaking fan of the show just because of the association that we've had with you guys over the years. First off, when we were down at KSJO,
of course,
the Tower Records show. Remember the Tower Records show?
Man, rolling on that flatbed.
That's right.
And
then the San Jose police showing up and shutting it down, I believe.
That was crazy. Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Man, that was 96.
That was 96.
Load launch.
That's exactly it.
That was
and then I'll give you another one. And by the way, this goes to show how great you guys are. Just great freaking guys. I'm going to go back to the Fillmore, and my wife was pregnant. All right, Tonelli was out of town because of his anniversary, and Metallica called up and said, "Hey, we want you guys to come down to the Fillmore to see the shows." I said, yeah, my wife is pregnant. You could have a baby at any moment. Tonelli's out of town. He says, you know what? We'll make it possible. You guys sent a limo for me. You put me up at a freaking hotel that night. I said, I've got to work the next morning at 5 a.m. I had about an hour's sleep. You sent me back in a limo back to the hotel again from the hotel.
Awesome.
In the Bay Area, we take care of our own.
Oh, you do, man.
We've obviously had a long history with you guys, and I used to call in. Driving around, and it was.
You were with Kid Rock one time on the way to ski.
Oh my
Remember
God.
that?
Yeah, and every time I would call the back door line, it'd be, the first couple of times it's like, hey, it's Lars. Who was that just played? That sounded awesome. Or, hey, wait a minute, that story's only half true. Or something else. Or, hey, how about this? And then over the course of like a while, I think people sort of start getting used to me calling. It's like Lars can call anytime. And I used to call in. I used to consider it sort of like it was like a Bay Area privilege to be able
fantastic.
To call you guys and just be a part of kind of what was going on.
We're gonna have to give you the hotline number to get through, because I know you're up in the morning now with your kids.
That's right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
how many kids you have?
I got 3 boys.
3 boys?
3 boys.
Okay, now how old are they?
I got 17, 14, and 8.
Oh, okay. There
Driving
you go.
to school? Is that part of the responsibility?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, this year, the 17-year-old started driving last year, but he's now. The 14-year-old has joined his high school.
Oh.
Okay.
So now they kind of drive each other,
Okay.
which is kind of good and bad, because now I can do the 8-year-old and I don't have to do 2 stops and all this type of stuff. But you also realize, and I know you guys are parents, that you it's pretty precious time actually to have your kids in the car.
Yeah.
And it's like the doors are locked and you can kind of control the environment. And obviously, a long time ago, they took over operating the radio.
Right.
They took over operating the iPod and so on and so forth. But still, I got, all of them started with AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Black Sabbath.
That's good parenting right there.
And thank you.
I did.
Like Mr. Montalica.
Thank you. And I have to say that it's paid off, because I hear from other parents my age, and I'm sure you guys, I don't say this in a bad way, but my kids listen to Katy Perry or Rihanna or
the other
whatever.
kids are listening to crap.
Yeah, and so I'll leave that part out of it. But my kids sort of, they want to hear AC/DC, and we go deep. I mean, we go into System, or we go into,
Nice.
Wow.
I love that.
We played some Queensryche the other day. I mean, it's like, so we go deep, but and obviously it's Foo Fighters and the Arctic Monkeys, but it's still rock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's those morning grinds are still primarily rock based. My oldest son has started getting into stuff like Frank Zappa now, and, kind of, but it's still rock based. It's guitars and still like live,
Actual music.
actual instruments and stuff.
No, I'm just kind of curious.
It's pretty cool.
I'm kind of curious as a parent, what kind of car did you buy your kid to drive to school? Because I just went through this week.
He's in a fairly entry-level standard Toyota.
Okay.
Nothing,
Beautiful.
I've heard the horror stories and doing my best.
All right, we're talking to Lars of Metallica. Lars, stick with us for a bit here, okay? We've got a lot to cover with you.
That's right.
Just a reminder, we just announced the Night Before show with Metallica. That show is February
6th.
February 6th.
Saturday
the night before. That's all I'm going to say. The night before the big game, if I'm allowed to say that. Tickets go on sale this Friday. We have all the links on our webpage, but this Friday at 10 a.m. at Live Nation. We have Lars in the studio. More after this.
That's a wrap. Thanks for listening to Lamont and Tonelli's podcast. For everything Lamont and Tonelli, check out their website at landworld.com.